Cam Newton is to blame for the Patriots' lack of success this season.
Hmm. So I would buy this statement like if it was on sale, like half off.
Half off,
I'm a
okay.
little lukewarm on the buy, but I don't think you're wrong in this. I mean, Cam Newton hasn't played well. We gave you the stats earlier. He hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 3 weeks. But I mean, is it Cam or is it COVID Cam? Is it the COVID Patriots? It just seems like they've just been hammered by it, and it's almost like COVID versus Bill Belichick, and COVID's trying to flex their muscles right now, trying to take out the big bad Belichick. So, is it Cam Newton's fault for being bad? Yes. Is it all directly because he's not playing well? I don't think so. So again, I'll buy this if it's on discount, but I think the Patriots are bad for a variety of reasons.
So,
Cam being the main one, but a
well,
lot of other
so you
reasons.
can. I'll spot you the coupon. Don't worry, free of charge. And
Good. Okay.
I am well is going. I'm going to buy this statement, just because
Okay.
the my whole thing is you get what you pay for. If you want to give a quarterback $1 million to be the face of your franchise, this is what you get for paying a quarterback $1 million to be the face of your franchise. You get
I don't know.
something
Seems
that
like you're a big value guy, Ross. So I don't know. Is
it's
is
all
Cam at a million a better value than Russell Wilson at 40
see,
million, whatever
Alex.
he's
The
getting
thing here is,
paid?
man, I'm what can I say? I'm a businessman. Okay, life is a business.
Uh,
Football is a business. Everything has a value. Okay, there's a price to everything, and everything comes down. You got to break it down to its value. There's a
I love the way
value.
your mind works.
Yeah, it's not good when it comes to morals. My ethics business class is very entertaining. When I ask how much a person is worth, that's a whole different discussion.
Oh, that's heavy.
Oh yeah, that's very happy. But this is a sports show, not a philosophy show. Also, keep them. Hey, new podcast coming out. Ross's philosophy, trying to break down my head. That's gonna be like a 100 episode kind of thing, just to really go into things. But
Oh, I love that. Can I be part of that, please?
you, you can be the guy leading it. I feel like you.
Hey, take it.
But Cam Newton, he is to blame. They could have won this game if he decides to not fumble again. The only, it, at least I guess the thing with that fumble is that what kind of saved face is that the Bills jumped on it too quick in order for Cam to have a chance to back away from it. So that's the one good thing that came from there. I'm buying this. You're buying this. Next
Yeah.
statement is that the Packers had the worst loss in Week 8. Others would be teams like the Titans or Ravens. Buy or sell?
No, I buy this statement. I think the Titans had a pretty bad loss too, but I think that the Packers definitely lost to the worst team out of that out of them and the Bengals. So yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great to be at home and do this. At least the Titans were on the road, but they just didn't look like they it just didn't look like they cared enough about this game almost. I mean, to get beat through the air for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, to a bunch of big plays is one thing. But when you're getting bullied like that with 30 carries and 32 touches for Dalvin Cook and just gashing your defense, it's almost like they just didn't put the effort for it. And um, I don't know, you got to be a little bit concerned at the way you lost, not just how they lost.
And now, I really do want to agree with you on this one, Alex. But just for some reasons I'll explain in a second, I'm going to sell this statement. On one
Mm,
hand, in terms of the actual scoreboard and the look of it and how they lost, the Packers, you can say, had the worst loss. But I would say that the team that had the worst loss is the Ravens, and not just
mm.
because of how they, not in the way they lost, but the implications of them losing. They're now 2 games back in that division. Steelers up at 7-0, Ravens dropped to 5-2, and the Ravens kind of needed a win right here too. I mean, they look competitive, but also they just didn't look great that game, and I really am worried that this might spell disaster in terms of trying to win this division later on in the season. I think if the Ravens don't win the division, and of course that's a big if right now. We still have plenty of season to go. But
Yeah.
if they don't, you're going to look back at this game, and this may very well be the catalyst, which is why I'm going to ultimately sell this statement.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point there. The Ravens coming into this year had to have had the expectations to get that number one seed
I
and
mean,
get that
what
bye.
the
And
odds were they're going 14-2?
yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good right now. I think that they need to get a win against a really good team to feel good about their chances in the playoffs, and that hasn't happened yet. And so until that happens, I think you make a good point. This is a tough look for the Ravens, and I think they definitely got to look in the mirror and see what they need to improve.
All right, here we go, resident Niner fan. Next statement.
Oh
Jimmy
boy.
Garoppolo has played his last game with the San Francisco 49ers.
I love this take. Um, I mean, you talk about value. I mean, there's probably a lot better values than Jimmy G out there. But I mean, I'm gonna sell it just because I think you're wrong. Because I don't think they're gonna draft a guy in the upcoming season,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that there's a free agent that's gonna present itself to warrant just getting rid of Jimmy G altogether. So I think he's probably gonna come back, and he's at least gonna get a shot to start the 2021 season. Um, he's definitely played his last game with the Niners this year. I think I see no reason why they should bring him back at all, especially if they're not, where they want to be after week 12, week 13. But I think I'm going to sell this statement.
Hey, Alex, can I drop something on you?
No,
Just real
come on.
quick. Actually,
Yeah.
I just kind of came to me. I was just putting two and two together in my head.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy this statement for the
Oh my
following
gosh.
reason. For the following reason. We talked Kyle Shanahan, former guy on the Falcons, okay, has experience with this offense. The Falcons are going to be emptying that team, okay? Say with me, the Falcons are going to be selling that team and rebuilding. You want to know who they're going to trade to the San Francisco 49ers? Matty Ice. He is
Okay,
going
hold
to be
on.
the next quarterback for the San
I
Francisco 49ers.
love this take. I've always been a Matt Ryan fan.
Me
I think
too.
he's perfect for that team.
You
Oh
like
my
that?
gosh,
You
I
like
love that. Cole, I would love to buy this statement now. I mean,
big
could
brain
you-
frost,
hold on.
200 IQ.
Could you imagine if it was a package deal and they brought in Julio too? Oh my gosh. That's the most fun outcome in the 2021 offseason right now.
I mean, screw Julio. He can go a different team. The real package, if you want to get for that would fit the San Francisco 49ers most, I think, would be Matt Ryan and Calvin Ridley.
Well, I mean, Calvin was significantly more expensive, so I
Yeah.
think we're shooting for stars there. But
That's fair.
Julio
But Matt,
just
Matt
you know,
Ryan to
value
Jimmy
guy over here.
Garoppolo. Oh my god!
I really love that.
You like that?
That'd be incredible. Oh, you got me
God.
fired up.
Hey,
I don't want to talk about
hey,
this next topic.
ESPN hire me because I got all the takes. I haven't seen. You guys could look. This take is not anywhere on the ESPN website, the CBS website, and Fox website. It's nowhere. It's all me. Okay.
It's on
I got
this podcast.
Damn, I got to write an article on this to beat the wave. Whew.
I agree.
I'm just on fire. Next statement though, Alex. Let's get past this. Oh man, I'm feeling really good about that. But Mike McCarthy will not make it past week 10 of the NFL season.
This is the same vein as your last comment.
I
mean,
know.
I'm gonna sell the comment because it's just a ridiculous statement. But I don't think he probably gets fired. I mean, if my prophecy is to come true, he's gonna be fired at the end of the year, so Lincoln Riley can take over. Not week 10. That's ridiculous. But I like where your head's at.
That's
I
fair.
really do.
In terms
really
of what
like
they
where your
should
head's at.
do, the Cowboys should fire Mike McCarthy, not wait until week 10. Fire him now. Fire him last week. Fire him 2 weeks
Agreed.
ago. He just needs to be gone.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
He's not good.
they waited till the end of the season to fire Mr. Clapper, a guy that just wasn't good. So I see no reason of why they won't wait till the end of the season to fire Mike McCarthy. That's why I'm also going to sell it. Don't want to see the Cowboys turn into the previously Oakland Raiders. Because I could say Oakland without having swear jar, because Oakland was the one that was firing all their coaches after just a season. Las Vegas is different. Okay,
Yep. Different culture.
Thank you. I mean, Oakland and Vegas is just a classier Oakland in a way, but that's arguing. And here, last one, Alex. It's time for the Chargers to tank.
I mean, here's the thing. There's only a couple. I'm going to sell that statement first off.
Okay.
There's only really one reason you tank in the NFL, and that's to get a quarterback. There's no other reason to tank. There's really, I mean, unless there's like an offensive tackle that's the next coming of, um, I mean, I don't even know. There's not really the next coming of Quentin Nelson as a left tackle, something like that. But there's no reason to tank unless you're going for a quarterback. That's not something the Chargers need. They've been very, very close.
Were you
This
saying
should
that
be
Justin Herbert's a quarterback in the future? Shocker.
100%.
He's so good.
He's incredible. I mean, he's significantly better than Drew Lock, and he's younger than Drew Lock. So,
Yeah, yeah, he
if
is.
we want to make this personal, but
He is. Yeah, I'm
but no,
not going to deny that, man.
it's not the time for the Chargers to tank, because I think that this team needs confidence. They need to put together some wins, especially with a young quarterback. Um, this they're going to keep trying to win games, and if they make the playoffs, great. If they don't, they have something to build on because they were so close in these games, and they're due for some positive regression next year.
See, I like your point. My biggest thing is that I would sell this because, to your point, you mentioned it. You don't want to you spend a fourth round pick on a guy like Justin Herbert, a guy that's clearly going to be, at least as of now, who knows? Things might change weekly because it's NFL. But as of now, he looks like he's going to be the face of that franchise for years to come. You don't want just expose him to a losing environment. That's never good, whether it be for
Exactly.
the confidence or whether it just be for the long term health. And so you try to win games. Now, if the Chargers, you're really good in not winning games, it's like you're purposely trying to tank, but that's besides the point. And so you keep trying to win. If you don't win, that's not that big of a deal because you're
Yeah.
probably not playing for much this year anyway, and you'll end up with better draft value. But you still try to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying there?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I think that's kind of what their plan should be. They don't need to go out there and
No.
lose games because it doesn't really get them anything. So what if they go from, what could be the 10th pick to the 15th pick? I mean, you're still getting a pretty similar value there. So
At
there's no
that point,
reason to
you're
go
not
try to lose
missing.
games.
Yeah, you're not missing out on too much there.